Hello everybody, what's cracking? And today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Voyager class Sky BYTE. So first we're going to take a look at the box. So you can see right there, picture of Sky BYTE, another picture of Sky BYTE, Transformers, Age of the Primes, Sky BYTE, more Sky BYTE, more Age of the Primes, more Sky BYTE, Takara Tomy, yes, we all know. You got Onyx Prime, Amalgamus Prime, Quintus Prime, and a little bit of Liege Maximo there. You got Sky BYTE, Sky BYTE, Sky BYTE. There's a lot of Sky BYTE on this box to the surprise of nobody, because guess whose box this is? It's Sky BYTE's. So here is Sky BYTE in his shark mode, and my expectations have been blown out of the water. Yeah, that was a bad pun. But yeah, it was bad. So this is my favorite mode on the toy, just because of, like, everything that it does. You can already see, like, he's got a lot of really nice detail with, like, all the ripped away flesh, and I like how they've painted all of it. Like, all of it's painted, because the big thing about the original Sky BYTE was that deco, and I think they've captured it pretty well. They got a beautiful shade of blue for the actual, like, for the shark. Looks super nice. And you can even see, like, they've molded in, like, a scar on this eye. You know, you've got, like, more ripped away flesh right here molded in. You've got airbrushing. They freaking airbrushed this. Like, that's super cool. I like that they did all that. But I think by far the coolest thing about this shark mode is the articulation. Because if you remember the previous Sky BYTE toys, they were all pre-posed in shark mode. They were kind of like stuck in a pose in the shark mode. But not this one. This one is not stuck in a predetermined position. You can actually pose it, hence why he's like just kind of like a straight up shark here. Like no real posing to him right now, because we can pose him. So the jaw obviously opens. His gun is stored in there. If we can just get that out, that would be great. There we go. Spit that thing out. Come on. Spit it out. There we go. And you can also attach it to the lower jaw. You can see it's got the two missiles in there. And you can have him, like, holding it in his mouth like that if you want him to. Personally, I kind of prefer to just keep it in the, like, the roof of his mouth. Kind of like that. You know, so just... It pegs into the roof of his mouth. I just wanted to do a little editing trick there. You know, the fins can rotate. They're on 5mm pegs. They came on a sprue, which is interesting. And by the way, this is, like, the most solid sprue I have ever felt in my life. Like, good lord. This is made out of some dense plastic. But that's because the fins are made out of some dense plastic, so there you go. Now the tail I'm very impressed with, because it can actually rotate. The tail actually goes side to side. The previous one, the Thrilling 31, could go kinda up and down a little bit. That one's not on me right now, so I can't do a comparison, unfortunately. I have it, it's just not on me right now. So, unfortunately, we can't do that comparison. But yeah, no, this one does actually go, side to side, which is very nice, and because of the way the joints are lined up, you can actually twist it a little bit, and it'll still go side to side. So that's super cool. You can actually get that out of it, and then you can rotate the tail there. The coolest bit of articulation, though. The head moves. He has a downward turn at the neck, because a lot of the time in the show, you'd see him like this. He was, like, talking to people like this. Like, kind of like just talking to people, you know? And that's really cool that you can recreate that here. Like, that's awesome. I love that. That's really cool. He doesn't have a stand port, but if you have a stand with a claw, because, like, my flight stand has a claw instead of a port, then you can just get the claw to grip around him, so... like, it's fine. I use the stand that comes with this guy, with YOLO Park Megatron, which I think you guys should use that stand, because if you don't have that stand, just buy YOLO Park Megatron and you get it, and you also get one of the best Megatrons they've done. So there you go. You can also untab the head here, and from certain angles you can make that look like articulation, but from other angles it'll look bad. So just be careful with how you pose it, with how you pose that. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for the shark mode, and it's a really, really nice looking shark mode. Like I'm in love with the shark mode on this thing. I think it's beautiful. But we do have to turn it into a robot now, so let's turn it into the robot. So to transform SkyByte, what you want to do is just unpeg these side panels here, and they will extend out at this hinge like that. So just get these extended out until they're off the shark like that. So just extend the panels out like that. So you just want them extended like that. Now we can just open up the jaw. We can actually just push this all the way open until it clicks like that. And now we can just bring up the head, and it will accordion back a little bit like that. And now we can swing around these panels like this till they're like that. And there's these slots here that these pegs are going to go into. So you got this peg slot connection. And you do want to compress these back in, actually, before you peg them in. I forgot. You need to compress them back in on those hinges. Now they'll peg in. Now they should peg in. Now you just rotate the fins up like that. Now we're going to take the lower jaw, or actually we're going to take the main body section here and kind of just like unclip it from what will be the robot's thighs, and then just extend the bottom of the shark like this, and just bring it down for now. This is going to be SkyByte's legs, obviously. I think we could all see that coming. Now you want to take these side panels here and just... They're a little hard to split, but you just want to split them like that. Just split the side panels. Just open them up. That's going to reveal his head. And now we're just going to bring this up a little bit. I'm just going to bring the legs down, unclip them from one another to get SkyByte standing. And now I'm just going to lower the camera just because the angle's a bit awkward now. So that out of the way. Now, and I love how this works, we are going to take the arms and untab them from one another, and this fist just kind of like fits into there. That's really cool. I like how that works. So then you just bring the fist up and then bring the arms down. This one is going to slide forward, and then this one will slide back. Tab it in, and then rotate this arm around, rotate this arm around. I'm just going to engage the elbows a little to make it look more natural, and then we're going to bring up these yellow sections here. And I like to turn the claw a little bit. That's just a personal preference thing. Now we're going to bring up the head, and it should tab into place right there. Come on, buddy. You can do it. There we go. Oh, come on. No, it didn't do it. Okay, we'll leave that for later. Just rotate these around and then bring this whole backpack section down, and it will tab into the back. And that's pretty much going to line up and tab in the head on its own. Then the last step is just to rotate these panels around so that they stick up above his shoulders. And there you go. There is SkyByte in robot mode. And what a very nice robot mode is this. This is super cool. This is a big upgrade over the previous one. The Thrilling 31's robot mode was kind of eh. Like, it was okay, but, you know, this is a much-needed improvement, I think. So, as we always do, we're going to zoom in way too close on his face so that we can look at everything. You can see, really nice. I love how they did the, like, the fangs in his mouth. They got his, like, permanently grimacing face in there. They even got the detail that one of his eyes is smooth and the other one has a lined pattern on it. Like, they even got that. Like, that's awesome. You got his big mohawk right there. Moving down the body. I wish they made this piece clear. I do wish they made this piece clear so that you could see the Predacon symbol in there, because they did mold a Predacon symbol into the other side of this, but you can't see it because they painted it. They molded it in opaque plastic and painted it, so you can't see it. If you want to remove this to see it for yourself, just be careful. It's held in with like some clips. You can just like pop them out with like something thin. Just be careful. You don't want to accidentally break it. So, got the asymmetrical paintwork done for the chest there, and again you got the grid pattern on one eye, smooth pattern on the other. Lots of nice looking detail right there. He's got a shark on his ass. That's just Sky Byte. And, yeah. I mean, as far as articulation goes, the head does have a fair amount of range and rotation. You can bring the shoulder pads up to allow for full rotation at the shoulder and full outward. You do get a bicep rotation, 90 degrees of bend at the elbow, wrist rotation, and you do get the pincer can close. Then on this side, the elbow is the same, biceps the same, but you get your wrist rotation up here, and you get some inward at the hand, which allows you to kind of like get this kind of pose going, you know? So that's pretty cool. One thing to note, and this is an issue on a lot of copies that I've seen, you're technically supposed to have the shoulder pads angled like this, or like a little lower down, maybe like that. But if you notice on mine, when I do that, this one just kind of falls down. And this still looks good, but I just don't think it looks as nice as having them up. So I just rotate them like this, because then this one stays up. And like you can see, I can mess around with the arm and stuff. Well, unless I fling it up by accident, but I can mess around with the arm and stuff. I can pose it around all I want, and like you can see, it's not going anywhere. It's staying pretty much where it is, so that's generally how I have it. Just makes life easier. You do get a waist rotation, and I do believe someone said to be careful with the waist. Someone mentioned something about breaking. I'm gonna have to look that over. If I ended up being wrong about where the breakage happens, I'll just put it in text right here. But you do get waist rotation. You get hips can move up that far, back that far. You get outward on some soft detents. You do get thigh rotation, over 90 degrees of bend at the knee, and you can use this joint to cheat it. And then you get ankle tilt, and if you untab this, you get toe down. So overall, he is quite the posable fish. Quite the wiggly fish, if I do say so myself. So we can bring the gun back in. We can unclip the gun from what is now his ass, and we can plug it over his hand, and he can wield that as his mighty weapon. So there you go. And so for some size comparisons, I mean, just because we brought him in earlier, here he is with Blocky's Starscream. Not that anyone's gonna really be displaying these two next to each other, I just thought he's there, might as well. Just to give you a sense of how big this guy is, here he is next to another Voyager. And you can see, Sky Byte is actually, like, a fair amount taller than a fellow Voyager. Like, he's pretty big. Sky Byte's pretty big. I mean, just again, to give you a sense of how big this guy is, here he is next to a friggin' leader. You can see, like, he's getting close to leader height. So there you go. There's that. We can bring in the only other Age of the Primes figure that I've gotten so far. Red Alert, right there. I've been saving up money, so I haven't gotten a whole lot of Age of the Primes quite yet, but, there you go. I'll be getting more in the future for your reviewing purposes. And then, I mean, I guess, like, the big comparison that people are gonna want to see. Here he is with Omega Prime. so you can see how that scale works out. Yes, I'm working on his review. His review is happening. Frankly, I've just been a bit lazy with the editing. So, but don't worry. This review is soon. This is happening. So there you go. And that is pretty much it for Sky BYTE. And yeah, no, this is I'm really happy with this. I'm so happy with this thing. I love this. This thing is like perfect. This is everything I wanted in a modern Sky BYTE. This thing makes me very happy. I am a happy man. I am a happy man. But yeah, I mean, that has been my review for the Transformers Generations Age of the Primes Hasbro Sky BYTE's Predacon Takara Tomy. It says Talalar 1 on the box, so I'm going to count that. Voyager class, Gelshark. Sure, we'll do the Japanese name too, because you know how I like to do these mouthfuls at the end, and sometimes I have to bullshit it a little. And, yeah, I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye!